Preston McCall here again. One painter I've always loved is Paul Gauguin. Not really an impressionist, and is considered to be a post-impressionist. He didn't really consider himself either, and kind of categorized himself as a symbolist or some other metaphysical type of painter. He didn't really like being categorized. Although he did show in the 4th and 8th Impressionist shows in Paris with all of the other Impressionists in the 1870s and 80s. A brief summary history of Gauguin. At the age of 2, he was born in Paris. His family moved to Peru for 4 years. The family was involved with an uncle that was some big minister in the government and was deposed, and they had to leave Peru. Lived in a wonderful place in Peru and were kind of treated like royalty until he was deposed. And he went to school in Paris. He had a pretty good education. He spent 5 years as in the Merchant Marines and in the Navy, in the French Navy. And at 23, he came back to Paris and worked for the Bourse, which is the Paris Stock Exchange. And he was a stockbroker, clerk, accountant type. Apparently did a very good job. And in today's money was earning about $150,000 a year. So he had a real successful deal as a stockbroker. At that time, he took up painting and was very interested in painting. His wife wasn't crazy about the idea, but he nonetheless pursued it and continued to sell stocks. They were married and had 5 kids, and eventually moved to Denmark, Copenhagen, where his wife's family was from, and that didn't work out. He came back to Paris and then up to Pont-Aven and became kind of a rowdy character. Got into a lot of fights. He was a boxer. He trained as a boxer on his Navy experience. And at one point got into a fight with somebody and broke his ankle, and it never healed right. So he was kind of handicapped from that point forward. When he was in Paris, he studied at Pissarro's studio. And Pissarro had the studio, and a lot of people would come over there and paint with him. And Gauguin even painted there with Cézanne, apparently, and he knew Cézanne. But at that place, he befriended Edgar Degas, and they were actually close for the rest of their lives. Degas always spoke well of him. He also got to know Vincent van Gogh, or Van Gogh, as the Europeans call him. He and Vincent became pals, and they actually lived together down in the south of France for a period of time before Vincent, who suffered from a lot of problems, tried to cut off his ear, and Gauguin split, and they kind of ended their affair. Then in 1892, at the age of 43, Paul Gauguin moved to Tahiti, and that's where the story gets very interesting in my opinion. I look at most of the paintings that you're going to see in this video, they're from Tahiti. The first half are the landscapes, which I think are just magnificent. And the second half are the figurative paintings that are very, very complex pieces. The compositions are not standard compositions, what you would expect from European paintings. And they certainly evoke a certain mystery about the Oceania experience. The one painting that he called "Where Do We Come From, What Are We, and Where Are We Going?" is really an amazing large painting, and he actually considered it to be his last painting, And after he finished it, he went off into the jungle to commit suicide, but he failed. And he changed his mind, came back, and he continued to work a few more years. He was in a lot of pain from his ankle and just a lot of other ailments he had left over from malaria and whatever. Some say he was suffering from syphilis, but they, I think, have proven that it wasn't the case. It was the laudanum, the opium he was taking to survive the pain. But anyway, he passed on at the age of 55 and left an incredible legacy of work. I really love his work. I go back to it time after time, and I see new things, interesting things, again and again. Let me know if you like these naked artist exposure videos, and leave some comments, and subscribe and hit the like buttons if you please. I would appreciate it, and I will get back to you if you contact me. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon.